kidding. I have no idea. No, I gotta be pulling it up. I'm gonna stick it over. I'd be afraid. You gotta pull the thing up and say, I'm not doing that.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call the LaGrange County Board of Zoning Appeals to order. 7 o'clock on July 15th, 2025. Krista, can I get a roll call?
Lynn Allen,
Here.
David Hirschberger.
Here.
Jerry Rayber.
Here. Do we have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Agenda is adopted. Do we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the previous meetings? Is there any corrections or anything like that?
No, I read them. They're fine. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
And I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Previous meetings minutes have been approved. Any communications?
No.
Okay. Welcome to the LaGrange County Board of Zoning Appeals. This is a 5-member board, all of whom reside within LaGrange County. Let it be known that as a petitioner, you are requesting a variance to build and or operate outside of the ordinance of LaGrange County. It is the sole responsibility of the members of this board to make a decision on whether or not a variance shall be granted. Tonight is a unique situation. There are only 3 of us. We're typically a 5-member board. So what that means is you have to get yes on every single question, every single voting criteria tonight. A single no will take your, and you can't apply again for a whole year unless there is a significant change in what you apply for. So what that does is that gives you guys an opportunity to postpone your hearing until next month, when there again can be a 5-member board and there's a little bit more leniency in the no votes. So you can choose at this time to ask to be pushed back 1 month or continue on knowing that you got to get all yeses.
So at this time, if there's anybody who would like to postpone the petition, please come up to the podium and just state your name and ask that the petition is tabled until the next meeting, which is August 9th. No takers? All right, we'll start the meeting.
Okay. How this meeting works is the petitioner has 15 minutes to explain what they're trying to accomplish to be given this variance. Then after that 15 minutes, if there are any remonstrators, they will be given 15 minutes to voice their concerns. And then at that point, the petitioner will have another 5 minutes to try and answer any comments or concerns brought up by the remonstrators. While presenting and speaking, you'll come up to the podium here. Make sure that you're addressing us, not each other, because that's the way we do it here. Does anyone have any questions about how we do things here? Okay.
So the first one we have on the agenda is the Douglas Johnson. Excuse me, we're in Milford Township, section 22, township 36 north, range 11 east. It's zone L1. It's located at 9445 East 570 South Walkerville. They're asking for a developmental variance to build a new home and deck outside of the G shed in the L1 zone district. Here's their parcel, which is what they're proposing, is this new home. Here's their lot. Here's the proposed home.
Can you leave that picture up for me? Oops. Yeah, but back one more.
This one here.
Yeah, that's gonna help me.
So you give your name and your address, please, and make sure you sign.
Yeah, my name's Doug Johnson. The address is 9445 East 570 South, Walketville. can I give you a couple pictures?
Sure. We'll pass them around.
Yeah. And it's just you probably have this in your packet, but it's just my survey with the house that was there and the site plan for the new home. So I tore down a little cottage that was built in 1900 or something. And basically we had to tear it down because the foundation was falling in and frankly it was rotten. So my wife and I decided to build a new home there. And so obviously I have a view shed issue. So with this picture, you can see where the old property is and you can tell by the surveys that I gave you. And the old property on the right side is about 36 feet back from the lake. The new house is going to be about 53 feet back from the lake. And it's also going to be rotated a little bit to the left, which is going to take that right corner and bring it back even further. So I really believe, I know that there's a view shed variance needed, but we're actually improving the view for my neighbors on the right-hand side. And the lake isn't square. The lake actually goes around. So the neighbor on the right-hand side, I think he'll have a full view of the lake because it goes around and we're moving the home back from where it originally was. The view shed on the neighbor to the left, it's, definitely blocking his view, which I talked to him and he said he understands. And he said he wasn't going to show up here today because he understands the situation. His home is built about 15 feet, 10, maybe even 10 feet from the road. So it's really hard for us to do anything with that piece of land without blocking his view. So, I guess I'm requesting a variance because I actually think I'm making things a little bit better. We're putting a decent home on there for us to move into. And we're improving the view of really everybody in that area just because we're moving the house back about 15 feet. The old house was 1.5 stories and a walkout. This one's just going to be a single story and a walkout. A walkout because there's a hill there. You have to have a walkout. So the height of the house isn't any higher than the old house was. So, I really feel like we're improving the view shed for my neighbors around me versus the way that the old house was. I guess that's about all I have to say about it. It was a house that needed tore down because it was a site. We're improving the area and I think we're making things actually better for my neighbors and obviously for ourselves. So that's my story. I don't know if y'all have questions.
We will have here in a second, but let me, is there anyone else here that would like to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Is there anyone here that would like to remonstrate against it?
I just have a question as to what lake is that on?
Big Long Lake.
Okay.
But you can speak in favor if you'd like.
I'd like to close the public hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have some questions for you. That neighbor to the left is just back far enough to where it really hurts you couldn't really build it all if it was the view shed for that house, right?
I couldn't build it all. I'd have to be back. Well, we couldn't build a house and still meet the setbacks that you currently have without blocking his view shed.
Okay.
His house is so far back, there's no way. And, the challenge for him ultimately is that there's a hill and it really gets bad to the left side that he can't go up too much further because there's a wicked hill. That's, I don't know, I'm going to guess 35 feet, 40 feet in front of his house. Then it goes. So, even if he knocked his place down and wanted to move it up, it's still going to be a little bit of a challenge because of his hill. I'm not sure. I guess there's probably a way to do it. There's a way to do anything. But that house is an older home. It was built God knows when, and it's way, way back there. And those blue lines, man, those can't be quite accurate because it looks like it's cutting my garage, but I know that the actual boundary line is about 7-8 feet left of the garage. I don't know about that one.
Your survey says 6 feet. But you're good.
6 feet from the garage. Yeah, that thing was built a long time ago. It was before me.
6'4".
I frankly am okay with this.
Okay.
Because it's impossible. I mean, the way that the house to the left is built, it's a little bit in the view shed of the house to the on the
Mhm.
right,
Mhm.
but since it's a 1-story with a walkout basement, it's not a 2-story towering,
Mhm.
mega mansion. So I don't see a problem with this one. It's
So
weird for
one
me.
question, like you said you improved it, you moved it back or towards the road more.
Mhm.
What made you pick that location out a little further?
Yeah, so the further we move back, because we've got a slight grade, it's not too bad, but 2 reasons. One, we just want a little bit more grass and stuff towards the lake front. But the farther we move it back, it's easier for the builder to deal with the hill. So basically for those 2 reasons. So we'll have a little more space. We've got decent space now, but we'll have a little bit more space in between the lake and the house. And then it'll make it a little bit easier for the builder to deal with that grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready for a vote?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
We're ready.
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including the variance, will not be affected and substantially and permanently. Jerry,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
and Lynn.
Yes.
The next one on the agenda this evening is annual bond credit. It's Bloomfield Township, section 4, Township 37 North, range 10, it's zone A1. It's located at 2700 East, 400 North LaGrange. They're asking for a developmental variance for a new Miller poultry broiler barn to be 1,396 feet from a residential zoning where 2,000 is required in the new UDO. Here's his site plan. As you can see, this is where he needed the developmental setback from the Ontario. Do I have a petitioner here, representative? State your name and address, please.
Alrighty. I'm Melissa Lehman with Agronomic Solutions, address 336 East Lake Street, Topeka, Indiana. And we also have, go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Sam Bontrager. I'm on 2700 East, 400 North, LaGrange.
Alrighty. And we are here to ask for a variance for a new rule that kind of popped up in the middle of our planning process. Sam actually gave me a call over Christmas break. He built a Miller poultry barn in 2014. And they are in the process of an expansion going on right now. And one told me that he wanted to build another chicken barn. So he actually came into our office on January 2nd and we mapped out his barn And he actually was trying really, really hard not to come in here because we were having trouble getting the manure stack to fit and meeting the 200-foot property line setback. So the ironic reason is the reason that we're here is because we had to wait to turn in his item permit to trade land with his neighbor so that we would meet the setbacks for the county. And so I guess in a matter of that time, we turned in his item application on April 11th, and the rule apparently changed the end of March. And so we already had our map because we had to have the soil borings done. The soil scientist was out on February 28th, and so we were already in the middle of all of our planning. This area is kind of unique. I realize that there is a residential kind of complex there, but there's a lot of agriculture around it, and they seem to get along really well together. During this process, we notified everybody within the house, which he had a fair amount of neighbor notices. I have them right here of all the people we noticed as a part of the item application process. So basically right now we're right in the middle of the item application process. And so we're waiting to answer the NOT till tonight so we can make sure we can keep moving forward with everything. If you give us approval tonight, we will get that NOD answered, and then he should have his approval within 2 to 3 weeks from IDEM because it is been down there since April and they like to keep things moving. As far as, like I said, the area, there's Miller Poultry Barns there already. He already has one. His neighbor Eli actually snuck in before the deadline, who was working on it. So we've just recently put another barn up in the area. And like I said, we haven't heard any negative feedback. So we are hoping that you can give us an approval tonight so we can keep moving forward on our plans that we started earlier.
Thank you.
Anything to add? Anything to add? You're good? Okay.
Okay, give us just a minute. Is there anyone here tonight that would like to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anyone here that would like to remonstrate against this petition? Okay, let's close the public hearing. We'll have some questions for you.
How many structures are you guys removing out there for this building then? The 2 that you're taking down or
The horse barn.
okay, okay. I don't see a semi turnaround on this plan. How are the semis accessing your property?
There's a turnaround there in front of the old barn.
Okay, they do have enough room to turn around right there? Okay, they're not backing in off the road then? No, okay.
No.
Okay.
No. In general, Miller Poultry requires a 135 by 135. So
Okay.
trucks have plenty of room.
And you think that, it looked to me like the buildings that are existing there sat back a little bit further than your chicken barn is going to? There'll still be enough room, you think, for that?
Chicken barn's gonna set back from the old barn 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's gonna be back further then. Okay.
You see that old footer sticking out past where the new
Yeah, I
flag
saw that.
was.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then these need pasture, huh? These get to go up, peek outside and,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm. This item requires gutters to be put on.
okay.
So-
All righty. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this at all.
The other
Will
one's
they need
already
will
there.
they need that drawing on the site plan for plan commission then?
Pardon?
Will they need a plan commission approval?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Review and, yeah, we have review and plan.
okay, all right. Should they put that on the survey for plan commission, the turnaround?
It's there.
Just can't see it.
It's 106 by 99.
Oh, usually I see the little trucks,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the little, they do a little fancy thing there. Okay, got it. All right. I'm okay.
I'm good.
Okay, let's vote.
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Lynn.
Yes.
Your petition is passed. Thank you for coming in.
So we're gonna move on to Scott Passwater. We're in Johnson Township, section 18, township 36 north, and district zone R1. It's located at 4820 south, 07 middle east, Roosevelt. Developmental variance for mechanicals is at 1 foot from the side yard or 60 feet forward in the L1 zoning district. Here's our site plan. Foundation of a new home. The representative, can you name and address, please?
Josh Bramer, Bramer Homes, PO Box 67, Leo, Indiana. So we are seeking a variance for location of AC compressor and a generator. And we are proposing as the compressor would sit 42 inches from the foundation on a rack, and the generator would be about 54 inches from the foundation if we stick with that location. So I kind of propose that location based on a couple things. Of the 4 sides of the house, I picked that side because the water side, I didn't pick that side from the value of the property in an eyesore, and I didn't pick the south side of the property because I wanted to keep that side yard clear for emergency vehicles or anything like that, just to have a clear path. And I didn't pick the road side from a parking perspective. After the submittal of this variance application and talking with homeowners and a few of the neighbors, there's potentially another location that might be better, that if we could move it towards the road away from the back deck area, I would be able to bring it in away from the property line, so it wouldn't be so close, because I would sit it in front of the garage towards the road a little bit more, if that's a potential for you guys. But I'm at 19 feet at the road, so I would be getting closer with the mechanicals, but it'd be just the mechanicals. But I would get them farther away from the side yard if that would cause a problem for anyone. And it would just, I think it would help a few of the neighbors and as well to be happy with moving it away from the water. So I'm open to ideas, but I didn't know I needed a variance for the mechanicals until my HVAC guy was out there working and said he's worked with other builders and said that it was required for the mechanicals to have a variance. So that's why we're here getting a variance. Any questions about that one?
Just for clarification, a variance isn't required for the mechanicals. It's the mechanicals can only sit in a certain distance within the side yard setback. So you can't meet that setback. That's why you have the variance. It's not a variance just for mechanicals.
To be within the side yard. Correct.
Mhm.
Yes. I'm sorry I said that wrong, but yes. I'm wanting to set my mechanicals in the setback.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
Whatever questions you got.
Give me 1 second. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anyone here that would like to remonstrate against this petition? Okay. You can come up and you have a seat for just a second.
Yep.
Go ahead, Chris.
I've got Mike Lito.
That's me.
That's you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. I've got Michael Lazar. Okay. So it seems to me like there should be a way to have the mechanicals placed more than 1 foot from neighboring property.
Thank you. Name and address and sign in there.
Yeah, it's Mike Lito, 4790S060E. I always have to write it out, get it. It's a crazy address. Yeah, I'm the adjoining property there where the
Okay.
The equipment may be 1 foot from the line or proposed to. Little background first. I retired 40 years ago and moved 8 times during that time. I worked in a lot of hustle bustle, busy, noisy places like St. Louis and Detroit and Boston, New York City. So one of the things I looked for in retiring was a place that I could find some serenity, some peace and quiet, some way to get out of the rat race. And I really found it at Oliver Lake. One of the things that the diagram really does not show is that where the mechanicals are right now, it's 10 or 15 feet from my patio, my deck. And the deck is my favorite place in the house where we can go out in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and I enjoy the peace and the quiet. So the thought of having an air compressor clicking on and clicking off during the day, I think would really be detrimental, really, to the enjoyment of the property that I so enjoy right now. I hate to gum up the works for the people proposing the variance. I consider them friends, they're neighbors, but I wouldn't feel right not speaking my mind. I don't think I'd enjoy that space as much. I've had to listen to that compressor click on, clicking off. I think there are other locations where it could be moved. I think he's creative and he can find some other ways. And I think I've never seen an attractive air conditioning unit, but I'll be walking by it every day. And that's my main walkway getting to my backyard. You can see it's very narrow. And that would congest any opportunity for an emergency vehicle to get through, if that was the need too. It would certainly block that. And so I see that as a real detriment and an adverse effect of that. So that's my 2 bits, and leave the decision in your good hands.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to remonstrate against this petition tonight? Not seeing any. Yeah, you can come back up and you got 5 minutes to answer anything. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just proposing moving it towards the road to open up the walk space for you and potentially bring that sound as far away from the water, as far away from the deck as possible.
I don't remember how the front corner of the house looks. Is there enough room? Is there a garage door there or something?
There is a garage door, but by bringing it forward in front of the actual foundation, I can slide it over more away from the property line and get it tighter to, I should say, away from the property line.
Do you know what that dimension would be?
Sure, I can tell you that. The closest point would be if I put the compressor has a footprint of 32 inches by 32 inches, it would be 40 inches from the line, from the property line.
Okay.
So that's 3.5 feet.
3 foot, yeah, 3 foot 4 foot out of, we asked for 6 feet.
The 6 feet is a setback, you can go 2 feet into it, so we need to be 4 feet from the property line.
Okay.
We could probably make that happen if we need to.
Okay. Now, I heard you say something earlier about it's just the mechanicals.
So this would be the AC compressor and a generator.
Okay, so so there won't be anything alongside the house and that's protruding and closer to his.
No.
And by bringing that to the front of the house, how far do you think you're moving it?
Like from the road or from?
No, from his deck.
Oh, from his deck. Well, whatever the distance of his house is, plus a bit. So whatever that, I'm gonna guess. Well, I can tell you. I'm saying it's going to move forward from his deck about 30 feet, 30 to 35 feet forward or away from the deck.
Any other clarifying questions before I close the public?
You're saying it'd be around the house, or that wouldn't be in the walkway or the
So
space
no-
between the houses?
Please, no conversations between the petitioner and the,
Sorry.
you're fine.
That's my first time.
Yes, gotcha.
Yeah. Any other clarifying
Go ahead.
question? Okay, let's close the public hearing. Okay, so now when you're saying move it up, are you going to move it around the corner of the front of the garage?
I have a new drawing if I can show you.
I'd love that. Okay. So you're on the same side, just up on the front corner?
Yes.
Okay. And that puts those mechanicals up even with the front corner of that puts those mechanicals up even with the front corner of his house. Puts them, yeah. Okay.
in front of his house. as
Yeah,
well.
the front, yeah,
Roadside, however you want to say
yeah, roadside of his house.
So Robbie, what would he need then? 4 feet, you say?
From the property line.
Okay, so we've got 40 inches.
we can make that happen.
You can move it 4 feet.
We could be 4 feet.
4 feet.
If we can go in front of the garage on the roadside, we can be 4 feet.
Is there something keeping them from going roadside? Any variance or any codes or anything like that?
I wouldn't consider them necessarily a structure, and that would be the setback from the road would be for the structure. That's where they had their previous variance.
Okay.
So, better solution in the side yard.
It's a solution, I suppose, but it's still in the setback. And we did reduce the setbacks significantly in the new ordinance. We increased the lot coverage for people to build. We reduced the distance from the lake. Why can't we build it within the setbacks?
Well, the mechanicals would meet the 4-foot setback as required.
Help me understand how it went from 6 to 4.
So the side yard setback is 6 feet.
Mhm.
There's a clause in the UDO that says your mechanicals can set in 2 feet into that. So you still
Gotcha.
have 4 feet from the mechanicals to the side yard setback, or property line, sorry, the property line.
Gotcha.
That there's a specific
Gotcha.
statement in the UDO.
Okay.
Mechanicals.
You understand what you said? Okay.
What I presented to you right there was not part of the application. It's just an idea that was talked about and thought about. So that's why this is a new idea. And if I knew that the 4 feet was acceptable,
Mm.
I don't know if I would.
How did we get here? Like, how was this not part of a discussion? Was this not on the blueprints when you drew up the house, or?
Because it's not structural.
Do you have somebody review ordinances for you then?
Review an ordinance.
Yes. I mean, you should know what the ordinance states when you go to build someplace, shouldn't you?
That's what, I get a building permit.
That's not what I asked. Did anybody review the ordinance?
No.
Why not?
Where do I find them?
They're on,
Did not.
okay.
But according to the ordinance, I'm meeting.
Now you are, but you
Now I
weren't
am.
before.
Correct. But nothing's been
We
done.
don't have a
physically.
drawing that says it's gonna be 4 feet away, though.
I can put that on here real quick.
Would that mean we'd have to do a condition to make sure that 4 feet happens?
Well, what do you think, Robbie?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly.
That or you could just, they could amend their request to 4 feet instead of the 1 foot, and that would
So
suffice.
that-
That would have to be 4 feet.
Can they do that during a meeting then? Yes, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We've done that in the past with other things.
Okay.
Tweaks that can be done. As long as we're not decreasing.
Mhm. Okay.
I guess, yeah, increase the setback.
So you're prepared to make that change to your petition?
Yes. Would you like me to make that to the print that you have?
Well, I think we should save it verbally, so we have it
Yes.
for the record, and then make it to the print as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you're committing to a 4-foot setback instead of the 1 foot that you've asked for?
Yes.
We keep this, Robbie, so
So
you have it to this, okay.
Would you like me to mark that on that,
So
please?
basically, if he commits to that, then we vote yes to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it meets the setback.
Yeah.
Yes, on the,
And he-
on 3, we can,
Mhm.
since he's gonna meet the setback of 4 feet in this particular situation, he can vote yes on that condition.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions?
Yep.
I feel like we've done the neighbor justice to get it out of his
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah. I think so too.
Can we get a vote, please?
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
and Jerry.
Yes. Your petition has been approved. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll move on for Beth Brackman, it's Milford Township, section 25, township 36 north, County Line East, with zones L1. It's located at 19620 East 660 South Hudson. It's a developmental variance for a 16-foot roadside setback for a second home, where 25 is required and L1 zone. Here's our site plan. Here's the proposed second home. Representative?
Josh Bramer Homes, PO Box 67, Leo, Indiana. This is just a variance, a roadside variance to put the new structure in the exact same location as the existing structure. Same side yard setbacks, which meet requirements. It's just the roadside variance. No mechanical problems with this one.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone else here that would like to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Is there anyone here that would like to remonstrate against this petition tonight? Not seeing any? Close the public hearing, public meeting. I'm guessing the reason for building it in this spot was to avoid taking up some of the lake yard.
We did not want to move the new structure towards the water to obstruct the view from the existing current house.
The only, excuse me, the only view you're going to be affecting is the view of the petitioner, correct?
If you mean if you move it out towards the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, you can easily meet the setbacks for this second dwelling. You got 50 feet there to work with. I don't see any reason to give them a rear setback at all. A roadside setback at all.
The front yard is also the place where they get to enjoy their entertainment for their personal family.
Yes, and they'll get to, they'll get to enjoy the second home that they want. We just opened the ordinance up so they can do that.
Mhm. Is that red line that goes through there, is that the water setbacks or what is that? That dotted?
Probably the floodplain,
Oh,
Yes, that's correct.
or contour level, it's probably a contour line.
okay. I was wondering if it's something that if they moved it towards there, would it prohibit them from moving it? The view shed of the neighboring lot 1 is not going to be an issue if they would move it. Okay.
That's just my opinion.
No, say it.
Is there like concrete footer and poured concrete there now, right? Are you planning on tearing that out?
Yes.
Oh, so you are planning on tearing that out?
Yeah, the new structure is actually the footprint is larger
Mhm.
than the proposed existing.
Yeah, you can kind of see the
Mhm.
lines inside there, so it's gonna go a little bit closer to the lake no matter what.
Mhm. So 16, 8, 17, so that would be 8'4". They'd have to move it back 8'4" to get the 25 foot. So
Mhm.
25 foot setback, right?
Yeah, I stepped off what I thought was 9 feet.
Mhm.
I just think if we're gonna use a strict application of the, they can use the property.
Mhm.
Number
So-
3,
Number 3 would be the
yes.
stickler.
Yeah.
So would this second dwelling be occupied continually? No?
No.
Because then you got vehicle problems too. You got vehicle problems too.
Are you ready to vote, Lynn?
I'm ready to vote yes, I am.
Davey? Okay, Kristen?
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the use and value of the area adjacent to the property, including the variance, will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in use of the property. Lynn,
No.
David,
Yes.
Jerry.
No. Your petition has been denied.
Okay,
Thank you for coming. If you, it was denied on the third one about, it was strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will not result in the practical difficulties of use of property. We made that decision thinking you can move it back and still be fine. You can call the office and find out what to do next if you want. Thank you.
Move on, for Dyer, petition for Milford Township, section 21, township 36 north, range 11 east, zone A1, located west of 8610 east, 500 south, Wolfville. They're asking for a land use variance to build multiple private garage condominiums in the A1 zoning district. This is the parcel. Here's the proposed plan.
Yeah, Troy Dyer, 5465 South, 930 East, Wilkeville, Indiana. Could you go back to the, I guess, picture or the whole layout of the 10 acres? No, one more, please. So end up purchasing this 10 acres. And the concept of is only using the 3 acres to the northwest side for 34 units, 4 big buildings, pretty much 10 small 30 by 40s on the west side. I have 11 in there, but I'm not going to go back any farther. The reason why is there's a bunch of young trees, overgrown trees, all on this northwest side. Anything outside of that are bigger old elms, trees I don't want to cut down. I mean, it's a good forest, more in the back, more, it used to be an old hayfield. And then just keeping it all woods, everything to the back. So a big reason for doing this is your guys' big ordinance change for L1. There's a lot of stuff that can't be built around the lakes anymore. The cost of it, this puts a lot away from the lake, in between 3 or 4 different lakes. We're right down 500, pretty much about 3/4 of a mile from Big Long, half a mile from Pretty Lakes entrance. And then the setbacks all match. I'll be 100 feet off the road. It's about 275 feet wide, which I have 360 feet of frontage, 354. So the plan is to do all of dust-free aggregate. I will put a pretty good swell to the northwest side for any runoff. Everything will be piped to that swell, and everything to the west and down to the south, pretty much where it says control point, considers a wetlands, and start to run off slowly down to there, which would be a good runoff for water and whatever else. And then there's a big creek, or not a big creek, but a creek that pretty much washes all the way down to the east, all the way to the back of the property is pretty much a wetlands for all the neighbors. So, I mean, detention wise, there's not much of a needed. It's all around. Detention wise, there's not much of a needed. It's all around. So just enough way to slow it down. And like I said, if it's all aggregate, no pavement, nothing like that, it's no early or concern on any washout stuff. So. And then, like I said, the 100-foot setbacks, I'll have all the vegetation up front, landscape plan. It'll be gated, and all these are for private use only, no commercial. I've already set bylaws in the making of that. So, like I said, no deliveries, no semis. It's pretty much only for personal use. So, and no subleasing, because that's a big concern. So. It kind of mimics of what, I forgot the name of it, Dallas Lake did over there. Doesn't watershed, yeah.
Anything else on that?
I think that's it.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in? Anything else on that?
I think that's it.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Is there anyone here that would like to remonstrate against this petition tonight? You can have a seat, and then you can come up and write your name and information down while we hear this. Yeah, go ahead while he's writing.
I have Nancy Pickett. Says we feel the traffic will increase drastically and the rest of the hill at the entrance will be very dangerous. The 2 lots directly across the road will be reduced in value as residential lots. Levon Yoder, I would not like for this to go through. And then Thomas Sawyer says absolutely not.
Hi, my name's Ron Kantorak. I live on Pretty Lake, and I'm neighbors and friends with Ron Vaughn, who also wishes to speak. But one of the criteria just to the west of this proposed facility is 40 acres of land that is designated as forest and wildlands, okay, by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources. And I would hate to see a commercial establishment right smack dab next to it, okay? It doesn't make sense to me, so I'm giving that 2 cents. The other thing is that as a resident, I travel up and down 500 quite frequently. And where this is located, there's no, I mean, it's a 55-mile-an-hour channel down 55 or down 500 south. And with traffic coming in and out of there, I think that there's a hazard associated with that. So that's my 2 cents worth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to demonstrate? Go ahead.
My name is Ron Vaughn, and I live at 4325 South 890 East, Wolcottville. I do own the property to the next, exactly to, directly on the west side of the proposed site. I have reviewed the new UDO ordinances, and I'm impressed with them, and I greatly appreciate the effort that was done to put that together, and I think it was well designed. The property that is seeking this variance, as I understand it, is presently A1 class, and as I understand that, it means it's designated for residential and agricultural use. In my humble opinion, that is a perfect fit for this area. I think to go beyond that is really very detrimental. Very detrimental. The A1 doesn't jeopardize or compromise the area's uniqueness and natural character, which Mr. Kantoric referred to. And as I understand it, one of the factors that you folks consider in approving a variance is to determine if the essential character of the neighborhood will be substantially altered. And I can assure you that it certainly would be. Homeowners and property owners would be at high risk of losing value of their investments. The entire dynamics of that area would be considerably in a negative way affected. And so I'm really here to say that I'm dead set against it. My property borders that variance, and it is enrolled in the Indiana Department of Natural Resources as a classified forest. It is unique. It's got a lot of wetlands on it. It has a lot of hardwood timber on it. And that type of terrain extends both to the south and to the east from my property as well. There's quite a chunk of land that's forested, solid forested in that area. When I had the DNR district forester come and look at my property to see if it was proper to be put into the classified forest program, he walked that whole area and he was very impressed with the uniqueness and the natural beauty of the area. The proposed site is seeking a variance. It's located on County Road 500 South, and that's about a half a mile east of State Road 3. This road is a main travel route to and from the lakes in the area and is subject to very high traffic. Being a typical narrow road in the county, it does not provide adequate space to safely enter and exit vehicles at this property. In addition, there's a hill located just to the east on County Road 500, just to the east of where this exit or entrance and exit would be to this property. And that really restricts the vision of vehicles going to and from State Road 3. In fact, as you're going east on that, at the top of this hill I'm speaking of, there's a sign there that warns about hidden drives. And there should be one coming the other way as well toward Road 3, but the people that have those two hidden driveways, they just evidently haven't petitioned to get it identified. So, but less than 2 miles to the south of this subject property is another storage facility located on State Road 3. In addition to the typical storage buildings that's on the site, if you go past, you're going to see parked RVs, boats, motorhomes, pontoons, trailers, cars, and trucks parked right up against the fence on the inside for the security. I certainly hope this is not repeated for County Road 500 South. Other issues that I am concerned about are the wetlands located on the south of the property and the drainage that's going to be created by this proposed site and buildings. I think there's quite a problem that could really arise from that. And with the wetlands that's surrounding, and like I said, even located on this site, I really question whether proper footings and so on can be put in to hold those buildings in position. I'm just afraid there could be a lot of money spent on pylons to try to make it buildable. So anyway, I thank you for your attention, and I hope that the zoning stays as is, because I believe that's exactly what it should be.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to remonstrate against this petition tonight?
Lon Yoder, 8650 East, 500 South, Louisville. We're just located right behind there, and I mean, I don't really have a problem with, storage unit or whatever, but being that we're sitting back there, I'm afraid it's gonna affect the value of our property, because we only have 50 feet of road frontage, and I know that's not anybody else's fault except ours, because we bought it that way, but I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. And I also love woods and hunting, and I agree with the habitat stuff, and wetland. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to remonstrate against this petition? You can come back up. You heard their concerns. Just kind of let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, on some concerns, like you said, for the wetlands, that's also a concern of mine. That's kind of why there's a swell and some runoff, and that kind of goes with anything there. And then in the bylaws, there will be no drainage, no drains in the floors, nothing like that. So it's not like somebody's going to come in there, wash their car. There's no water. The only drainage that is there is out of the building drain or the gutters. All this is strictly indoor storage. It was stated that there will be outside storage. There is no storage no room for outside storage. It is all indoor, same in the bylaws. If it's not inside of your building, it cannot sit outside. Like I said, I kind of mirrored some of the bylaws off the watershed one, because that was a big concern of everyone's there. And that's lakefront property over there. So that brought a bunch of their values up, for the reason of being people around the area that couldn't build on their property had a place to buy and make their own. Because this will be all of bought property, not rented or leased. So it will bring the property value up, because there are buildings on the property, which also brings taxes. So, like I said, hunting aspect, that's kind of why I'm staying all up front by the road, because it is a well-traveled road, and then it is well placed, for the reason being it is a well-traveled road between Pretty Lake and Big Long Lake, between all of the boat launches. And then, like I said, all the back is not going to be touched. I'm wanting to keep it all woods and won't touch any of it. Mostly I've mowed some vegetation already, because the woods has been well overgrown, and all the hay field in the back, or grass field is whatever I call it. I think that's most of the concerns I kind of heard. The hillside, I can pull off the whole east side of the property where the entrance is now in the woods, and you can see both ways. So, I mean, if I got to get some pictures of it, I can. I mean, you can see people standing both ways. I guess that's just a person's opinion. So, I mean, you can see cars coming from both ways. So, but that's all I have.
Close the public hearing?
So go ahead. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I'd like to, you've had your 5 minutes, you're done. Okay, I'd like to close the public hearing. And then we'll have some questions for you.
Okay.
How far is your gate going to be off the road?
100 feet.
So it's 100 feet from 500 to your gate.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of turnaround are you going to have in there if somebody brings a box truck in there, like a 36 footer? Are you going to be able to get it in there and turn it around, or?
Yeah, so the drives in between the buildings, the big buildings, they're heading east and west, is 50 foot.
Okay.
So, and the road itself coming in, problems with people turning in there, trying to turn around anyway.
Mhm.
So it'll be narrow enough technically for almost one in, one out. I want it 20 feet wide. That'll allow us to have a gated gate in the front, and that'll be right at the 100-foot setback for the building setback also. Will be tied in right to the corners of the building. So everything will be gated, fenced throughout.
What is gonna, excuse me, what's gonna flow into your detention area then to the west?
Just the gutters.
Just the gutters. All the gutters
Yes.
will go into there?
And then like I said, it's dust free aggregate. We'll have, between the buildings, roughly 6 feet between the ones to the west will be all green space. So that'll have its filter to the swell. And then from the swell on, it's all grass detention swell. So it's going to filter to when it runs all the way to the south.
No, I thought when I looked at the, at Beacon, it appeared that there was a wetland in this part of the property. Is there not a wetland in this part of the property?
It's not, it looks like a low space to me, but it's right at that about 80, 90 feet. So it's kind of out of where it is now. And like I said, it's out of what I'll plan. If it is anywhere, it's pretty much right on the northeastish corner of this 3 acres. But we'll make sure that if it's there, it's out of it. But I've sent the survey to the packet, and the wetlands I have it's right next to Vaughn's on the west side, and then it doesn't start till all the way to the back of the property. Kind of looks like an S on the back side of the property, the back 2-ish acres.
Am I correct that he wouldn't get a building permit if it was in a wetland?
No, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So you haven't had the wetlands delineated or anything like that?
Nothing yet. I wanted to make sure that a
Okay.
land variance goes through before we move any farther on any more money spent.
And how big is your property, Ron, next door? How many acres is it? 40. When did you purchase this property?
Closed on it 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so you intended to do this from the?
I've been actually talking about this on this set of property with the kids since almost December. And then you guys changed the variance and we just couldn't get the deal done. We had some family stuff and. Well, yeah, you guys, or the ordinance, I'm sorry.
How did it change that made it hard for you?
The garage stuff, you guys kind of changed it more of it. You can only have so much stuff on A1. And then we had to turn it to commercial use on A1.
The A1 was created back in August, almost a year ago.
Okay.
It hasn't changed since the original
No, I mean,
ordinance
okay.
was approved.
I still would have needed one anyway, I guess.
Correct.
Yep.
That's correct.
Is any of this still used for ag then?
No, sir. It's all woods.
It's all woods?
It's all, yeah.
Okay.
Let's say midsection of the back, whatever that is, 6.5, 7 acres. It's like I said, grass, overgrown woods. It's a newer forest that's been probably overgrown for the last 10 to 15 years.
Mhm.
Like I said, it's why I kind of picked this side because everything in the drive, somebody planted pine trees. I'm going to say 15 more years ago. And then there's some big oaks and elms over there I don't want to cut down. Like they're nice trees.
Mhm.
So
I did walk back there quite a ways. I did see some trees knocked down back in the back.
Somebody did some cutting. There's some oak, or not oak, but some cherries that were cut down, piled up. But like I said, I kind of mowed to be able to let the forest breathe a little bit already. So
Do you feel like this is the proper venture and space for it to serve the lakes? I mean, what?
I feel like like everyone said, 500 is a well-traveled road. We also own some property at 503, so I know the traffic sets there. And it's kind of like I said, I'm a little bit of perfectionist, and I've put in the bylaws that there's no outside stuff. I'm not going to build a building that doesn't look nice. Like, it'll have stone gate, and then the landscaping up front. Like, even if we request enough where you can't even see the buildings, because some people said, I don't want to go by and look at a barn. Well, we live in the country. You're driving by barns every day. The biggest thing is like, there are a lot of people that don't have the room on their ground that can actually have a place to come. And there isn't many around. And it's just like they said, the watershed of talking to those guys over there. I mean, he's out of space and he sold them out within 2 years. So, and he's looking for more, but it's just, I mean, I know it's a different area and it's a different mindset of people. But there are a lot of people around that are looking for space like this. And then I'm not taking up great farm ground. Like I said, I'm not going in and cutting the woods that you can get money out of. They're 6-7 inch trees that aren't very good trees. So like I said, I mean, it's not great farmable ground either, which I am a forest person myself. That's why I don't want to cut down the back part of it.
Okay.
So like I said, I try to keep it away from the neighbors for any noise. There's a guy to the north, and I'm agreeing with the setback to stay back and put vegetation in there. And then that driveway is roughly where the old drive to the field entrance was. So like, it's not moving any mailboxes, no telephone poles. Like, I've considered a bunch of that. But even if it's got to be moved a little bit when we start to get a building permit, I mean, it's more flexible. I mean, I know there's more hurdles to jump. It's not like it's going to come, but.
Everyone's concerned about the traffic. This is going to be a residential thing. How much traffic are you expecting?
I mean, there's only be 34 units. So, I mean, I know there's more than 34 people that drive down that road a day when there's over 800 homes within 2 lakes. So, I mean, how many times would you drive to a garage? I can't answer that question, I guess. I mean, I might drive there once a day. I mean, I drive there once a day now. So, but I drive down 500 6 or 7 times a day because I own the building at 503. So I don't foresee much more traffic. It's like I said, I keep going back to the lake one, or the shed over at Dallas Lake. Like, that's a busy road also, but they have one entrance and it's right on a corner. So, I mean, I don't see that. We can put slow moving signs or whatever you want, or blind entrance, but I think there's a lot of traffic anywhere around the lake and coming off State Road 3. We have 700 and 500 that come around the lakes, and then Gordon's campground.
How far from Pretty Lake? How far west of Pretty Lake are you?
I'm gonna say it's
Is it
half
a
mile
Half a
from
mile?
that entrance to the
Mhm.
boat launch lake.
And that's still a 55 there.
Yeah, I think it's 45.
So that was one of the
Yeah, because isn't every county road 50 anyway? Or is it 55?
I don't know that.
Yeah, if we have, I know we have no lines out there because our roads are bumpy, and if you go 55, you'll probably end up in the passenger seat. But
And the place at, I guess it's Dallas Lake, more or less. Do they have an association as well?
yes, sir.
Okay. And they don't seem to have any problem with keeping individuals in line, and
No.
what I don't want to do is make this an enforcement problem for the county.
Well, yeah, no,
Because you do have an extensive list of conditions.
yes, sir, I do. And I don't think,
Very,
I
very
think that's
sensitive.
modern from where it's up to now. Like I said, I don't want anything outside, but when it gets to 85 or 90% sold, then it'll take over like an HOA. Like, you know, it'll be, you have to make sure that you take care of this, which I'll be one of them, but so. But yeah, I don't want anybody to not enforce it. I just wanted to make sure in there, if you have a bad egg, that the people that are in there are allowed to enforce it. Because I don't want what they don't want either. I don't want to drive past a storage unit place, like you said, on 3, that you have a bunch of blue looking boats and junk RVs that sit out there for 20 years. That's not going to happen. So, and I don't want to own the land around it that's going to happen. So.
Can I see the overhead of the property again, Robbie, please? The beacon, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, can you go? Is there one more? Okay. Yeah, okay. There we go.
And so that one that wraps around is that Lavon Yoder. That's what he was talking about. You don't have it seeing it right through those pine trees.
Yeah, he's like the backside of
Yeah.
the very backside with the 50-foot driveway that runs all the way to 500.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, I think I have it plotted out for like 2 something by 400 feet,
Okay.
roughly. And so you can kind of see the wetland area, even in his 40 acres that's down on 500, that comes all the way back and kind of comes back to the back south west side of the property. So then it pretty much runs through all of the back sides of the property.
Which one of them concerns you?
Hmm?
Which one of them concerns you?
Well, it would be 4 and 5. Although this is not anything that's could be used for ag, so
It's right. It's either this or hunting ground or a house, right?
yes, it could be a house. It could be a house. It could be a building site. Yes. Yeah.
Take a lot of work and.
Yeah.
We can't guarantee that, talking about preserving the forest and things like that, if that goes in there, we can't guarantee that the rest won't get stripped down. But for sure, if there's a house and a barn goes in there, that wetland's going to get grazed and
Yes.
and cleaned up. I mean,
That is
Pretty sure.
that is the flip side. Yeah, that is the flip side that we have looking at us. Mr. Yoder lives over there. So
Like you said, this way, I can't get any building permits anywhere close to wetlands.
right. Yeah.
I think it's just as a reminder, again, we only have the 3 members, so like a full board with 5 members. Before they call for a vote, you can.
Mhm.
I have a question to that. Because if it does say no, you said a year, unless it dramatically gets changed, is my only other option to this is just to turn it commercial? Unless it dramatically gets changed, is my only other option to this is just to turn it commercial?
You mean rezone it?
Substantial change would be just, I guess that would kind of boil down to what Robbie be a substantial change to your plan. I don't know exactly what that will.
Well, it's a land use, so.
Now, I guess wouldn't stop you from trying to, I guess, do a rezone, but there's
Yes.
no, I looked it up, all the properties that would allow for like the storage, I think they're all business and industrial. There's no business or industrial out there, so that would probably be spot rezoning. It would be more difficult for land use. Just speaking about.
Yeah, I'm also on the plan commission. I agree with Justin. Yeah.
I was just a question. I
Yeah,
just- I didn't-
and that's a good question. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good question.
And that's why I looked it up. I wasn't sure where they're allowed anymore since you did that. They're all
business
B,
and industrial.
yeah, B1 through 4, and then I1, I2, are the only places for storage.
Wouldn't be a B4. That's downtown, right? So, okay. It could
Like
be.
you said, residential, like go back, clear cut it and start pushing dirt into the wetlands if I really wanted to.
Yeah, there are lots of things that you could do with the
Sooner.
property other than.
Right.
put,
Yeah. I know, yeah, I'm just saying like to grazing, like you said, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Not more than what we asked already, really. Like, to me, it sounds like it's gonna be a fairly quiet place because it's a residential thing.
That's what the bylaws state. It's, I mean, yeah.
I do have another question to that. Planning commission anyway. Your bylaws have to be turned in with permitting then if that's what it states, right?
That has to be recorded.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay.
Recorded document.
Yep.
There is a, can you go to the one where it actually shows the building on the site plan? That one.
That's just the parcel.
Oh, no, yeah, keep going. Keep going, one there. I can't read that. Is that a 50-foot an easement going, or like, could that be parceled off and sold?
The back part of it?
Yeah, so like I'm
Are you talking,
questioning whether you could, yeah,
sorry, to the right?
yeah,
So it'll be about 100 feet roughly.
okay,
80 to 100 feet all the way to the side, which would be to the east. And then, like I said, it's what, 323, so a little over 7 acres, little under 7 acres, to all in the back part.
Okay.
Yes, I could part, because if we do this, then I will have to get, I'll have to parcel out each building, and then it will be sold, right? So I will parcel out that 3 acres.
Okay.
And rename that
Okay.
at the vend. And then, like I said, it could be resold and stay to A1.
okay.
But like I said, I am planning on keeping it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the plan. Because I do live on a lake and I do want woods.
And that'll be your entrance. No, no. Okay.
Yes, sir. So like, in my concern too is I don't want that around my property.
Mm.
You know, something that is an eyesore.
Mhm. And extending it further south.
No plan of phase 2, no. And like I said, there will only be 34. And that last building to the south on the left-hand side will probably be taken out for the reason of footage.
Hmm.
Like I said, this preliminary. I started walking the property and everything else, like there's just too much to cut. And there's no reason to do it.
Hmm. Okay.
BZA can put reasonable conditions on it too, like you could say, no future expansion beyond what's proposed. And then if you did want to, you'd have to come back and ask to expand upon it. So if
That's-
like further expansion is concerned, you could do that as a condition.
That's a good word, because that can happen pretty easily. Change it from 34 to 85.
I would make a motion that there be no future expansion on, over which, beyond what is already being proposed for the,
Storage facility.
private garage condominiums.
He made that motion for the petition.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So the condition is in place that it cannot grow past what it is if it is approved.
God, I hate this.
You ready to vote?
Yes, I am.
Vote.
The approval will not injuries to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantial adverse manner. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the need for the variance arises from some condition peculiar to the property involved. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
No.
Jerry,
No.
the approval does not interfere substantially with the comprehensive plan. Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Lynn.
No.
Your petition has been denied.
Do you guys need this?
We're gonna move on to Streetbold Rentals LLC, we're in Clay Township West, section 29, Township 37 North, and 9 East. It's zone A2, located at 4690 West, US 20 LaGrange. They're asking for a conditional use variance for a short-term rental. Here's our, here's our parcel. Here's our structure. Have a representative, give your name and address, please.
Okay,
Tell us what you want to do.
all right. I am Fritz Slaybaugh. Quick backstory, grew up in the area, left here at 19, joined the Marines, spent 5 years in the Marine Corps, got out, went to college, became a CPA, and then went into private practice, worked for Arthur Anderson years and years ago. Live in Atlanta, that's my primary home. I have a large family in this area. I have a son that lives in New Paris. And my nephew, one of my nephews, well, my nephew is Larry Slaybaugh, Masterpiece Metal Roofing. So I have now a fractional CFO consulting business and a strategic business consulting business. I also own Freebold Rentals dealership here in LaGrange, and I own Toolcrest, which is a construction business over on Marcus Road. Anyway, so have long roots into this community and coming up into the area on a weekly or a monthly basis for financial reviews. Hard to find Airbnbs during the summer. Matter of fact, I, for a season, stayed down at Brethren Retreat at Shipshawana. And I shared my home, little cabin there with all the bugs and whatever. Anyway, so when my nephew came up and was parceling out this house that he was renovating, I mean, it was a 2-story one. And so he said, hey, I want to buy more of Formrite, which he's in business with Larry. I said, this is am I the only one left here?
Yep.
My goodness.
I guess there'll be no remonstrating.
I guess so. Anyway, so my wife and we said, well, I mean, we're up here every month anyway. I've got significant business in this area. And 66, not planning on retiring. I'd probably be a nuisance. My wife was a Marine too, and I'm afraid she'd kill me if I stayed home. So anyway, it was a great opportunity for us to do this. So part-time, when I'm not here, we have people coming in from the various businesses that Larry owns, which is a significant portion. I'm sure you guys know about it. So we're thinking that making this available for them for rental. We've completely renovated this place. It doesn't look anywhere near what it used to. And everything is new in it, from AC to wiring to, I mean, it was a 2-story one, but landscaping, the whole 9 yards. So again, conditional use variance would be for part-time rentals if you guys approve that.
Well, I guess that closes the public hearing.
So you have to go through the
Okay.
motions.
Is there anybody that would like to demonstrate against, or anybody that would like to
Fair enough.
speak in favor? Nobody? Anybody that would like to remonstrate? Nobody? We'll close the public hearing.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Just let you know, I was out there and.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go to all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
So does Derry, so does David, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, it looks.
You gotta go visit if you're gonna tell people yes or no.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really,
Yeah, I mean,
you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks very different.
Joys of being retired, yeah.
You're retired?
No, he is.
Oh,
Yes, go to-
okay.
I am retired, yes.
Yeah.
Gets a coffee. and-
My wife is afraid of me if I get tired. I was afraid I'd be doing something painful anyway. Yeah.
I like the spot for this. There's not really any way that they could be detrimental to the neighbors. And I don't see anything that raises a red flag for me here.
No, I didn't see anything in the conditions either. I mean, when you go out there, they have the nice landscaping, they have the arborvitaes that will grow. There's, the only thing I saw was, back in the back toward the southeast are the animal feeding operations over there, but,
Yeah.
fresh country air.
Marlon Bontrager actually said, to provide an entire country appeal, he put donkeys and a rooster out there for us too, if we wanted.
No.
Yes.
I mean, you have to have somebody there all the time.
Well, no, he said he would be providing
He would
it.
be providing.
Yeah, he bought the acre right beside me.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah, exactly.
No, just donkeys.
Yeah, the carport is actually the timber frame.
Yeah.
Instead of that, so.
Yeah, we have a picture right here of it.
Yeah, it even looks better than,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
very nice. Well done. There's even has an egg. Even got an egg there.
Yes. Well, it's what is it, a Kamado Joe? Or
Yeah. Well, it's shaped like an egg.
It's the, it's the,
The knockoff.
that's it. I do like it, exactly. Good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys want me to read all 12 or we just gonna do one
Let's just do all at once.
for all 12
Yeah.
conditions?
Yes, again, a miracle of miracles. Like, I'm okay with this one.
well, it's a great spot.
I just think it's a good place
It
for
is.
it.
It's a
Yeah,
great
it's
spot
good
for it.
place for it. Halfway in between LaGrange and Shawana. Just
And,
plenty of parking.
right,
And you're not gonna bother your neighbors.
right. That's the big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
We even clocked it. It's like 5 minutes from downtown Poughkeepsie.
Yes.
Okay. David,
Yes.
Gary,
Yes.
and Larry.
Yes.
Your petition has been approved.
Oh,
Thank you for coming in.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you. See you. Business. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.